Here's the main board we'll be working on. To install the board onto the holder, the first thing we want to do is spread the two ends apart so that it's the correct distance for our board. The ends slide along this metal piece. Let me loosen it like that. And when you have it at the correct distance, you just tighten the knobs like that. So let's see. For our board, we're going to need to... Oh, this isn't going to work at all, is it? Let's see. Will our board fit this? That's not going to work. Wait, I have an idea. Okay, you call that a PC board holder? This is a PC board holder. So today I wanted to get going on putting the main board together, but since it didn't fit the PC board holder, instead I've spent the last couple of hours putting this together. And basically, this setup will allow me to use the parts from the old PC board holder to now accept much longer PC boards like this one that we'll be working on next, the main board for our kit. And all this is really is a piece of board and a piece of steel that I've polished up a bit to lay on top with holes cut at 1/2-inch increments. And the way this will work is take our old setup, okay? And instead of using this piece of metal here to align the two ends, I'm gonna set that aside. And as you can see, now I can place these at 1/2-inch increments all the way up to here. More than enough to do the PC board that we need. And actually, the board that we're going to be working on after this is actually a little bit longer even, and this setup will allow me to work on that board as well. Now, when I first got the idea to put this together, I had no intention of having this metal plate here, but I decided it would be a good addition, and here's why. Oftentimes, I'll want to quickly solder something, and I don't want to use clips to hold it in place. I just want to get in there and quickly solder the two parts together. And that's why I keep this piece of ceramic tile around, so that I can quickly solder something like this without worrying about burning my bench. The tile's starting to get pretty junky looking, so I figured, hey, why not add a piece of metal so that I could use the surface for soldering as well. And additionally, it's a nice big surface, and I can just sort of lay my soldering iron like that without worrying about anything, or even placing my desoldering iron on it and not having to worry about it burning something. Let me put these aside now, and I'll show you how the end pieces attach. So the way these end pieces came, there was a rubber foot here and a rubber foot here, and rubber feet on these two sides as well. What I've done is I've actually removed the rubber feet from the stands, and I've used them for this board. You can see here, here, and here. And these were the screws that held the rubber feet into position, and they screwed into, this inserts into that piece of metal, and from the bottom this screws in and holds the end piece in place. Let me show you. So you can see, imagine that like that, and imagine the rubber foot here. This screw would go through and it would screw into this piece of plastic. So we're not going to use these small screws, and instead I have these larger screws. And what we'll do is we'll take the screw, and I have a washer for each one. And these are wood screws, and they will screw right into the plastic piece like that. Let me show you. Okay, I'm going to flip this over. And for the PC board we're going to be working on now, the main PC board, I want these screws to go into the 8th hole from the end. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's one. I'm now going to take our end piece, going to put the plastic insert in that end, and the other plastic insert in that end. Okay, and I'm going to line this up right there, turn it over, and screw that into the plastic insert. Okay, there's one side done. Let's do the other. Again, I want the 8th position. 2, 4, 6, 8, this one. Okay, I'll screw that into position. Okay, there you see one stand is nice and sturdily installed. Let's do the other side. Okay, now the right side is installed. Let's try it out. Here's our PC board. Let me slide it into position. Now this side is fixed, but this side is spring loaded, so you can sort of just pull that out. There you go. Look at that. Beautiful. Okay, now that we're done with our little carpentry project, let's get back to what you're really here for, building this board.
Looking for a shiny new gadget for your bench? Some good books on electronics, vintage hi-fi, or old radios? Indispensable tools, cleaners, or other products? Check out my new Amazon shop and help the channel. Lots of great products I actually own, use, and recommend, plus my thoughts on each one. Link in the description. To stay updated, please subscribe to my channel and click the bell to receive notifications when I release new videos. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I'll see you soon.